Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is time for the three amigos. How are you guys doing today? How you doing, Matt?
I'm super awesome. Ready to do this. It was a photo finish.
Oh, dude, I got to tell you, this is like this is the last time we're talking all year. I mean, wow.
Yeah,
what's up with that? Dion, how you doing, man?
Howdy, I'm doing great. Ready for round one. I actually really look forward to Thursdays.
Yeah, this is fun for me. I have a good time even if nobody watches them, so it works for me.
Yeah.
Hey, so one of the things I wanted to do in my first episode is I know all of us have good intentions. I know all of us give away our time. I know all of us are helping. I know all of you have contributed to how to get started one rental at a time, right? The course price is going up. Lots of people have thought about it, but they won't for whatever reason. And I thought that what we would do is I just share with you some quotes that I got over the last week, maybe 10 days now, because they meant a lot to me. And I think as two contributors and two guys who care, I think you're going to enjoy them as well. You ready to go?
Ready.
Yep.
All right. So here we go. Let's see if this works.
Is one of the quotes, I laughed, I cried, I bought some real estate?
No, it's not, but it really could be. All right. So let's see. Here we go. Bigger. Okay. All right. So I originally built this slide because I was basically trying to create something like I wanted to thank the audience for all they've done and all their nice notes and all of that stuff. But the more and more I collected these, I was like, people just need to see these. So here's the first one. Again, I'm going to read this because this may show up in my podcast as well. This is me in Mexico back in April after I first bought Zuber's book. Read the book on his trip, came home, bought the course, got to work, learned my market, wrote offers, closed on a great deal in September. Think about that, April to September.
Yeah. One
rental at a time really does work. This was a lifelong dream of mine. Zuber broke it down for us. I listened to him and he led me to the promised land. I'm so damn grateful. I know this is the first of many, and one day I too will be financially free. My children will be set up and I'll have a wealth of knowledge to give. Love you all. Stay grinding. Slow and steady wins the race. Matt, what do you think?
Love it. I mean, that's why we all do what we do. We don't do it because of how much money we're all paid.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's like, and quite frankly, like, even if it was like, some of these other, crisis channels, that's dirty money, that's dirty money. That's just dirty, gross money. So I'm all about things like this where, I mean, that's why we do it. Honestly, like, this is why we do it. We want to help people have financial freedom and help people see things a different way. And again, at the end of the day, there's even the other side of this too, which is still somebody took action. Mm-hmm. And even if they never bought anything, even if they've said, you know what, it just doesn't feel right for me. Awesome. You at least are now fully in the position.
At least you tried. You have to
learn. Yeah. Exactly. So I like what we talk about a lot, which is winning isn't buying the deal. Winning is doing the work, understanding if it's a fit for you, understanding if this is how you want to do life. Mm-hmm. And if it is, awesome. And if it isn't, just as good.
Just as good.
You can focus somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree. Dion, any thoughts on this?
Well, I like what he says about finding the book and from April to September closing on a deal. I found your information in 2018 after I'd been investing for several years. And when I was reading through the book, I thought, this is everything I did. And had I seen it, I would have understood what I was doing and not made about half the mistakes I did and had like a chronology to it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the great things about having your course is from start to finish, here's the information. I mean, you have over 5,000 videos on your channel, right? And you watch all of them. Yes, you can absorb all of this information. Yeah,
probably.
But if you take the course, it's just funneled down to exactly what you need to do stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, this is probably how most people uncover us, right? For me, it's, you find me on YouTube, right? 5,000 plus videos, 5 a day. Yes, folks, 5 a day. Make sure, by the way, you like, subscribe, comment. Let's get these videos out to more and more people. So I'm going to start saying like and subscribe more because I always forget. So first thing is you find me, then you buy my books, $15 commitment. You realize that's their 15 story, but I don't know how they did it. And then that's where the course comes in. Today it's $299. Tomorrow it will be significantly higher. So yeah. And again, sort of like what you said, Matt, for me, it's stop being a spectator, get the course, do the work. Mm-hmm. Then if you like it, then you write offers. And if you write out an offer and it gets accepted, you get a great deal. So, and also this is not like, hey, I read it in April, I did a deal in May. This took months, as it should take months. So This just feels like, when I read this, I was like, perfect. I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
It says all the things that we would hope to see from somebody.
Yeah.
You put in the effort.
Yep. Here we go. So here's another one. Hi, Michael. Just want to let you know that I read your book and the message, do the work, hit home. I analyze MLS properties every day for 2 months and was able to buy a property below market value in Dallas, Fort Worth. Thank you again. And you can add me to the count of people you helped with all your content. Happy holidays to you and your family. My email, and I cut off his email. But again, right? Do the work, right? This damn hat that I'm not going to wear all the time.
So. It was really nice of you to cut out Reventure Consulting's email address. It was really nice of you. That's really nice. You know what? That's a big man move there, man. Right? Well done. Well done. I mean, I'm glad that he finally did the work. I mean, I wonder if his channel tune is going to change a little bit now that he owns some rental property. But yeah,
I actually heard that guy left Texas because he couldn't do a deal. He wasn't able to do the work.
I knew he was trying in Austin really hard. I don't know if he's actually in Oklahoma. I knew that I'd heard some of that, but he might actually be in Dallas. But yeah, so but like I said, I mean, this is the stuff that you want to see every single day, because quite frankly, clearly, if money is the motivator for us, none of us would be on YouTube.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And I love what Dion and I had talked about a couple of times, regarding our, his smaller audience, my much smaller audience. But one of the things that I think is really kind of funny was somebody was giving me a hard time about, the size of my audience and the number of subscribers. And I said, think of it this way. I'll try and help you understand. If I have to say the same thing 300 times, that's not scalable. So if I have an experience that I had that I can put out there and have 300, 900, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people see it, that's far more efficient with my time. And so for us, I know for all of us, it was never about fame. It was, Dion said something awesome on his live stream on Tuesday, which was, everything I want to create evergreen content, and that's where it's like, even if Dion decides to go on, 12-month vacations every year and never get in front of a camera again, a bunch of stuff on his channel will be good forever. Yeah. It's not just a snapshot in time.
Yeah. Dion, what do you think?
Well, I like this comment. Thanks for that, Matt. But I like this comment because I bought a property under market.
Yeah.
If you don't know your market, you don't know what's under market.
Exactly.
And one of the things I like, so I watched Graham Stephan meet Kevin, and in their first couple of years, their content was great because they focused on real estate and scalable real estate investing.
Yeah.
But I've heard both of them recently say, Kevin says there are no wedge deals because there's too much competition, which means they're not doing the work to know what is an outstanding deal.
Yeah.
Graham actually said he was trying to make evergreen content, but all he ever said was, you've got to find it so far below the area average that he just can't find those anymore. So he's not investing in real estate. Those deals exist.
Oh, they do.
You have to be looking every day.
Yeah. That's what happens when we make $1 million, or in case I meet Kevin, $3 million a month. You don't look very hard for real estate. You just create the next video and
or even worse, you're Dave Ramsey and you make $10 million a year and you just go, only buy in cash. It doesn't make any sense to ever use debt,
Yeah, just continue with the really, really, really bad real estate investing advice. Right. Yeah, the other thing I like about this is what I promise my course to do, because I don't tell you to pick markets. It's one thing I will never do, right? Pick whatever market you want. What I will teach you is how to learn average. And then once you know average, you can find below market deals. It takes time. It takes work. It's not easy. You can't do it part-time. Right? Graham Stephan can't do it between this and that. Meet Kevin certainly can. He's doing 17 videos a day. So yeah, I mean, this makes me feel good. If you do the work every day, that's another one I get all the time is, Michael, I can't do it every day. You don't understand, but I'll give you 4 hours on Saturday. I'm like, nope, it's not going to work.
If there was a deal that was that below market, guess what? It's already gone. It's under contract with 2 backups.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll never see it because
exactly. You'll never see it ever again.
All right, here's another one. Closed on number 4 yesterday, 2-1 with a loft. Will probably turn into another bedroom, 28 to 5. So it's a fixer, 35K rehab, rents 8 to 850, 110 to 125. Hey guys, I'm talking here. Next door to my other 3 properties, buy the block. Michael Zuber, you're inspire, encourage, drive, and scold. Actually, I think Matt scolds. I prod all of us to do better and learn our markets. Couldn't have done it without you. You helped me learn my market and didn't even have to run this through the spreadsheet before, as knowing it's a great deal. I was able to do the math in my head. That's what you're trying to get to. Time to get number 5. Thank you for all and your experts for everything you do. This is something that I think makes my channel completely unique. I have 8 multimillionaires. One rental at a time may start with me, but it's 8 other experts that come back every single week. It's just so awesome. So Deanne, what do you think about this one?
The Burr method is a method basically that was talked about here. I don't know if he's going to do a refi at the end.
Probably.
But a lot of people talk about starting with that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that this person it's their 4th deal. They know enough of the basics. They have the general knowledge down. They know how long a rehab's going to take. They know how to do the lending. So all of these numbers look great on a 4th deal or the 5th deal. I wouldn't suggest, say, jump in and start with a deal like this, because this person knows 35,000. You're probably going to be able to estimate on your 4th deal. On your 1st deal, that can be anywhere from 10,000 to 90,000 if you're thinking it's 35,000.
Oh, I agree.
So this is beautiful.
Yeah. Matt?
This is the point this is where you get from becoming an entry-level investor to becoming a good investor.
Yeah.
Good investors don't have to look at their spreadsheet.
Exactly. But it speaks to you, right? You've done it enough times.
Exactly. You walk it and you're just like, okay, yep, we're good. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, need anything? Nope. Let's just let's get a P&S going and let's figure out what strategy we're going to use to win this.
Yeah.
So
And
really well done.
again, for me, the number 4 is important because, again, I think 4 is something everybody could do. And for me, it's a decision point, right? Go from 0 to 1. If you like 1, go to 4. You can stop at 4, but if you like 4, you keep moving forward. So I like everything about this one. So
yeah, I like what you said about you can stop at 4. In the FIRE community, that financial independence, retire early, a lot of people talk about barista FIRE, where you have enough investments to where if you worked part-time, you would be fine. You would eventually have enough cash flow to where you can retire at the regular age just by working part-time between now and then. If you get to 4, that might not be exactly enough to be very financially free. But in 30 years, with the rent increases and the mortgages being paid off, that is a really good retirement without even adding other rentals.
Yeah, no more rentals, no 401k, no Social Security, no barista. It's going to be a big part of it, pretty much no matter where you live. So I agree. Happy holidays. Followed 1 rental at a time for a couple of years now and had set a goal of getting to 4 in 2 years, 2020 and 21. Ooh, good for you. Those are tough years. I now have 5, having closed on the 5th one last month. Got my postcard. Good for you. Looking for 6, 7, and 8 next year. Following various strategies, Burr, tired landlords, etc. Deanne, we'll go with you again.
I like the learning how to do this in those 2 years. It's going to be so much easier in other years. I mean, there could be other black swan events, but if you learned how to successfully buy rentals in the last 18 months, you have the skills.
You're about to be elite, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Matt, what about you?
This exactly follows what I talk about, which is now this guy is now going from, or this person is now going from good, which is the previous one with just being able to walk it and see what the deal is, to now getting to great, which is now you can see what the deal is, but now you're also looking at other strategies.
Yep.
Right.
Agreed.
And then elite is going to be when you can do math in your head, even on a Burr, also doing different number of strategies, also closing volume, and also doing this in multiple asset classes. And then you're good at that. That's elite. But this is going from good to becoming a great investor. And now each deal that they do is probably going to be 6, 7, and 8 are going to be better deals than 1 through 5.
Yeah. And again, if you don't know what he's talking about with cards, these are the cards I give out. I have a contest running from June 1st of last year to May 31st of this year, trying to see if I can help 500 people. This weekend, gentlemen, I believe we're going to get over 400. So both of you are going to be writing a check probably in the next 90 days. So we can give some money away to a food bank, which is going to be fun.
As my CFO always says in our compensation meetings, make me write the check.
Exactly. Make me write the check. Here's another one. Check with velocity. Thank you again. Again, something I do on the channel is I bring in other experts or things that help me. So again, velocity's helped me, done some refis on 30-year money on offices. We were able to work a deal with 2 single-family homes in a duplex, aka a portfolio or blanket loan. We are scheduled to close before the end of, I think they're meant end of this year. I will let you know when that happens. For now, just a huge word of thank you for the wisdom and guidance. The course was a huge blessing to us, and no spectators here, doing the work daily, regardless of where I am in the world. How awesome is that?
Sure.
Matt, you want to go?
That's just Mike. So I've been doing this for 20 years, coming up on 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done a deal like that yet.
There you go.
Like I've never done a deal like that yet. This again, these are the things that, you know, you add to your repertoire, and what it does is it drastically increases the number of opportunities that you're going to get to. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you know, just like what we've done, you know, for decades in our software careers, where it was smile and dial, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, it was, you know, asses in the seats and call outs, and that equaled the number of demos, and that equaled the number of deals.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in this case. It's the more you look at, the more you understand your market, the more you're looking at the houses that then turn into the different assets that then turn into being able to do the math in your head. I mean, and this is, I mean, again, she is well on her way. I'm just basing that on the picture in the lower left-hand corner.
Yeah, I think it's fair assumption. I think
like maybe he's that passionate about his girlfriend. I don't know. But this is what we're talking about when we look at, you know, people getting to that elite level, and then you have created a skill that's good for the rest of your life. This is, and you can do this whether you're 40, 60, or even 75. 80. You can do this. Who knows if you want to do any work at that point,
right?
You know, hopefully you did it a little bit earlier, but yeah, this is what we do this for. I mean, and I'm jealous. I have never done a deal like that. I've never done a three property deal.
That's awesome.
I gotta go.
Yeah, you're out of here. You got to go to work.
I gotta go do one of those.
Dion, what do you think?
No, thanks. I like that this is a different strategy, getting, you know, different properties other than traditional lending right off the MLS, one property. Mm-hmm. We talk often about doing the work, and usually we associate that with if you do the work every day and you're putting that, you know, 15 to 20 minutes, you're going to know your market, so you'll recognize a property when it stands out. Mm-hmm. But the doing the work every day also includes running the numbers enough to where it's in your head.
Yeah.
Having this be second nature to where you can, you know, the area average rents in the area that you're investing without having to do a whole bunch of research each time you look at a property. So when something like this stands out and you see the good deal, then you know it's worth pursuing with creative financing to come up with this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other thing I like about this one is anywhere in the world. I mean, this one hits me hard because, again, the last decade of my career, I was often on 2 continents a week, most weeks, like 3 weeks out of the month, I would be on at least multiple continents. So the ability to do things anywhere really means something to me. That's what I tried to build, right? I tried to put out there. It doesn't matter where you're sleeping. Go get the deal, do the work, move forward. So pretty cool stuff. Next one, let's move this out of the way because it's a little bit too big. Here we go. So the Vegas market is hard, but proud to say that our daughter has learned from you. Thanks to one rental at a time, she bought her first home hack, you two guys. She got a 4-bedroom with 3 roommates and a 2.35. That's a lower interest rate than I've ever gotten. She keeps saying it's free money.
Yeah.
She's an EMT that has fought her way through school to graduate cum laude during COVID, and a single mom. Can't wait till we find the next great deal. Guys, without you, this doesn't happen. You two have brought house hacking to my channel. I have no experience with it. I want to thank both you, Matt and Dion, for doing this. You two guys are changing lives as part of the One Rental at a Time community. So Matt, you're on my screen first. Why don't you go first?
2.357.
Isn't that ridiculous?
What the hell?
That is free money.
Do they leave a sack of cash in the living room for you too?
Yeah.
Like, Michael, this is awesome. And here's the crazy thing, right? Raised by a single mom. Mm-hmm. Love it. Worked hard to get through school to make something more of herself. Love it even more. This deal will mean more to her than her job ever will, financially speaking. I mean,
she's living for free.
Mike, it's unbelievable. Like, she's probably, not only is she probably living for free, she's probably making money living there every month. I mean, and this reminds me of Dion's story. I won't go into Dion's story because he can cover it, but like this is awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. Dion?
It's really weird that before we buy a house, most people are comfortable with having roommates. You go to college, you have roommates. You move out of your parents' house and you start a career in whatever job. You can't afford the rents, you can't afford the deposit, so you usually have roommates. Everybody's fine with people helping us pay someone else's mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Something in our brains switches when we buy the house and we're paying the mortgage. All of a sudden, most people don't want to have roommates because we don't want to have people help us pay our own mortgage. So this is a brilliant strategy. I think it, like Matt said, this is going to be something that impacts her more than probably her career does financially for her whole life.
Yeah. So a couple of things kind of wrapping up on this one for me, why it is so important. First and foremost, something I do with one rental at a time is I admittedly don't know things and I don't talk about what I don't know, since you both brought house hacking to the channel, self-management to the channel. Matt, you brought 4321 to the channel, right? It's probably a way a lot of 20 somethings will become millionaires, have 10 units at the end of it. Self-management. This is, when I see quotes like this, it might be credited to one rental at a time, but this is all YouTube. This is Dion Talk. This is Lumberjack Landlord. This is not me. This is definitely YouTube. So thank you from me to you, and you're helping you guys are helping so many people. It's amazing.
Happy to do it.
Awesome. Next, good morning, Michael. I'm proud to announce one rental at a time, and your fantastic work has helped me close on another house, my second. Only 2 more to go. Obviously, trying to get to 4. Thank you so much for your dedicated work and diligence from the morning financial report, daily life-changing content. I hope you not only get to 1 million people, I hope you get to 100 million. Wow, that'd be pretty cool. During your life. Yeah, that's good. During your life now and far beyond your life, the impact you're having will continue, and I can't thank you enough. You're helping change my family's trajectory. Dion, what do you think?
I think the scalability of this is great. The more people that we can get this information to as your channel grows, as your podcast grows, you know, that 3rd book that you're working on.
I'm waiting for the second one to be narrated.
Well, as soon as this voice comes back, you saw it a minute ago, I had to close off the camera so I could almost die for a minute there. But once I have a voice back, yes.
Yeah, Dion left his spleen on the floor.
Yeah, but again, this is why we do this together. This is why both of you are on my channel more than anyone else. Is we're just kind of in this together, and I think we're moving this rock together, frankly.
I'm thrilled that, you know, again, in this, I'm thrilled in this, you know, in this text text. What I love is, number one, they're looking at their next deal. Yeah. Number one. Number 2 is they're saying, you know what, let me just get to 4 and then see how I feel.
And then see, yeah.
Right. Number 2, which is, let's not build to 100. Let's not think that I've always feel like I'm behind. Like, that works for some people's personalities, but that doesn't work for most people's personalities. Yeah. That works when you're broken like me.
Yeah, or me. Yeah.
It does not work when you're a mentally healthy person. You know, when you're broken like me, you're just like, I'm always behind. Blah, blah, blah. And so this is awesome. They're very, it's slow and smooth as fast. Yeah. It's very measured, and they really understand. And this is one of the things that, you know, when I looked at it in my 20s, largely speaking, my name meant nothing. My name meant nothing. My family legacy was really nothing. I was just another person. And that was the goal for my family, was I wanted to put my family on a different trajectory. And the only way that I could do that was by not being put in the position where I didn't have enough for my family and for my kids to do what they wanted to be able to do. And even for me and for my wife, I didn't want to work until I was 65 or 70 years old, even if it wasn't in software. I didn't want to live my life 1 quarter at a time. Like, Mike, you've seen it. You know, the guys carrying bags for 35 years. Kill me now. No, like, put me out to pasture. Like, the fact that I'm still living my life 1 quarter at a time in my 60s. Oh, dear God, pass. It's such a hard life. It's such a hard lifestyle, you know, because it's just the constant grind. So the fact that, again, it really encapsulates in this text, you know, really understanding the slow is smooth and smooth is fast, understanding that let me just get to that next one. And in the grand picture, it's only 4. And then really understanding that it's not these sacrifices that you're making from a time perspective and the sacrifices that you're making from well, I couldn't do this family event or I couldn't do that family event. Yeah, you're investing your time. You're investing your time. And sometimes you're going to miss those. As a landlord, sometimes I've missed those and I've had to leave because XYZ happened. Well, guess what? That's life, but it changed the trajectory of my family. And that's what was most important to me.
Yeah, real quick before Dion goes, the one thing I want to remind you folks, if you're still watching this, I need you to like, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, share. I cannot help 1 million people by myself. I can help 10,000. The only way we get to 1 million, or heaven forbid 100 million, is if you start sharing the content, inviting others in social media or bigger pockets or whatnot to come check it out. We produce 5 videos a day, all evergreen content, because we are looking to help you. Yes, 5 videos. Yes. I know it's a lot. Dion, any thoughts?
I tried to do a video at a friend's house with a dog too, and the dog did not like me talking to a camera.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We were both going to.
That's funny. Yeah.
I like in this comment and in most of them, these are obviously people who watch a lot of your content, especially that daily update. They're even investors that have been investing a long time and, in my opinion, are successful. Learn from that. In 2020, I sat back and thought prices are going up so much. I was paying 150,000 a unit. It's 175 now. I can't find any place worth buying. But in one of your daily updates, you talked about interest rates impacting cost instead of just price. And that was like a light bulb that came on to me after almost 10 years of investing when I heard that. And the next deal I picked up was over 175,000 a unit, but it had a 17% cash on cash return instead of the 10 I was shooting for. I wouldn't have even looked for that if I wasn't watching the daily content. So a lot of people are being impacted by that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Hi, Michael. This summer I read your book. That's how lots of people uncover me, one rental at a time. It's a great motivation. Since then, I'm following you here on YouTube, gaining every day a bit more knowledge in rental properties. Although I live in Sweden, folks always ask, does this apply somewhere else? Although I live in Sweden and here things work a bit different than the US. You really had great impact on my goals for financially free future. And today I signed for my first 4 apartment block. I'm guessing 4-plex. I've gone directly from having nothing to this, and I'm so look forward to seeing what the future will bring and all things I will be learning in the new chapter. Thanks a lot for your energy. How cool is that, Dion?
So there probably are some countries where the rules make it challenging, but someone is investing in
Someone
every
is
country successfully. Figure out the strategy that works in that market and then apply the same concepts. Doing the work, learning average, figuring out the rules and how lending works there. I've been on the show, and I should probably introduce the two of you. A Canadian investing in the United States, and he's got a pretty good portfolio. He lives in Canada, obviously, invests here. I've purchased some duplexes from somebody who was from China, and they were offloading. I think they were offloading 3 of their 12, and I picked up 1. So there are people that are from other countries investing successfully here, but there are people in other countries using this same information to invest where they're at.
Yeah, like I think doing the work, the key for me is doing the work. What is a buy box? And then learning average. Those 3 anchors of my strategy, those work everywhere. Then there's lending rules and landlord rules that are admittedly different, but the basics, the nut of one rental at a time really is everywhere, I think. So Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, your course probably isn't too popular in Moscow.
Yeah, probably not. No idea. I never looked.
Yeah. But, I think that, this speaks to it, which is, the core of what's there. It's much more concepts and then taking those concepts to the market that you're in, as opposed to, this is the way to do it. Right. So I think that that's important that people can glean from that. And just because it's in the US market doesn't mean it doesn't work anywhere else. Probably works plenty of other places. I think people just have to, honestly, what's really funny is, so somebody said something to me and they were like, somebody left a nasty reaction on one of the videos that I had done talking about somebody that was charging $5 in their super chats for people to get an opinion on a property. I said, so let me get this right. Just so I'm clear, you invested $5 in your entire financial future to give you an understanding of whether or not you should be investing in real estate. I hope you lose. Like, take it more seriously.
Yeah.
Take it more seriously. This is something, name anything else that can change your life where there isn't a massive investment of your time, effort, and energy. Just name it, whatever it is. Even if it's your gifts, talents, and abilities that you're finding a way to monetize, guess what? You still have spent probably thousands of hours doing that thing that now you can monetize and put somewhere else. That's how this works. That's how it works. And so when I look at that, it's just, again, it's one of those things where this investment is you having to do some work, and yeah, the book costs you $15. Okay. Like,
okay. Yeah.
All right. But the difference is it's not some screen telling you, yeah, that's a great market and here's what your yields are going to be. And this is how you should do it. And no, you're not going to get that. Like, why don't I just handhold you through it? Like, you're not going to get that from anywhere, anyone. And if you do, it's probably 10 grand. Yeah. So if you want to be super lazy and get somebody to spend $10,000 on something like that, fine. But all you got to do is read the book, and that helps you qualify in or qualify out. And it's $15.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. So here's the last one. This was not shown in Anna's video because I just got it yesterday. Dear Michael, I want to thank you and ORAT. It's been a really long journey that started 2 years ago, and I'm now the owner of 6 units, 3 properties, one of which is a quad, across 3 states. This was accumulation of a 1031 exchange that I started when I was in India. Talk about people in other countries buying in America. Being a part of the Facebook group, again, something that I think is huge value is the private Facebook group that comes with the course. So being part of the Facebook group and doing the course, reading your book gave me the courage to dive in against the advice of my US-based ex-accountant who had told me that it would be too complicated, too much paperwork for him. I'm glad I did it, got rid of an alligator. I did purchase 10 turnkey properties since I was doing this long distance during COVID. I intend to change to non-turnkey going forward using your methods. I also purchased a primary residence at the same time in a 4th state. After international move, all properties purchased were completed by November end. So much learning. Wow, still happening. I am now looking at the best way to monitor these ongoing bases, looking at Stessa as well. Then I will focus on one market out of state and work in ORAT. Looking forward to participating in a Facebook group after we finish unpacking. So Matt, you're on my screen. What do you think?
Dude, take a breath.
Yeah, no, take a pause, right?
Pause. It's called seasoning units.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. You love the passion, love the fact that he's doing the work. Clearly, he's broken like me. Yeah. So, you know, he's doing all this stuff and moving all these pieces, moving all these parts, an international move and all these crazy pieces and parts. The only thing that I would say here is I love it. You can tell there's passion there. You can tell he's doing the work. You can tell he's moving all these pieces. You can also tell that he's not taking no for an answer, which is really important. He's actually getting educated enough about what he's doing that he can tell somebody that tells him, no, don't do that. And he can give them the counter argument. And then they're just like, well, it's going to be a lot of work. Yeah. Okay, well, go back to your office.
Yeah, I'll find someone else. You know, thank you very much.
Yeah, we're done here. Thank you very much. So yeah, I love that he's doing all these things. Like I said, I think the only thing that I look at this and I'm just overwhelmed by all that's been accomplished. I would just pull it back just a little bit, because managing out of state and doing flips out of state, just roll back just a little bit. You've accomplished a ton. Get some things seasoned. The world ain't changing in a day, but roll it back just a little bit, because this can, if he harnesses the 1.21 gigawatts that's running through him, he will do unbelievable, amazing work. If he doesn't, then this could very quickly go off the rails into a ditch. If there's any sort of a correction and any deals were too skinny, like just be more measured. But love all the space, love that he loves learning. And I say it's he based on how it's written, but I just think that, again, my piece is I would just roll back just a little bit, get a little season, and really make sure that you have great processes in place before you make your big jump.
Yeah.
The next one.
I think that's good advice. Dion?
Nope. I mean, this is a good one that wraps up all of the ones that we've gone over today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because do the work every day. And Matt said, take a breath. I agree with that. You don't have to do it all in a couple of years. But if you do the work every day in a couple of years, you will definitely see the difference like this.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah, I would second that. And I really think I've communicated back with them. And it's really about, hey, okay, great. You're going to find a new market. You got to learn it from scratch. Season these, go spend 90 days learning a new market, see what's what, because you never know what might happen. They may, one of their turnkey providers may not work out, and then you have other things to clean up. So I think this was great. Guys, thank you for going through this with me. Again, one of the reasons I wanted you two to see this is you are just so much a part of this journey with many of those people calling out experts and house hacking and all of that. So hopefully you feel as good as I do when I get these, and I thought I would share them with you. So Dion, how can people find you?
If you're on Facebook, we have a group, the 3 Amigos of Financial Independence. That's we answer every question that comes in there. Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom. Tuesday afternoons, 4 p.m. Pacific, I do live streams and I stay on until every question is answered.
Very cool. And Matt?
He does. And sometimes I mess with him. I just keep on asking questions.
How late can he go?
Yeah, exactly. So explain to me in detail. So tonight, Thursday nights are Mr. and Mrs. Lumberjack. So 8 o'clock tonight. Yeah, 8 o'clock tonight. So if you are one of a partner, spouse, couple, throuple, whatever, if one of you is pushing hard towards real estate and the other one has a million questions, that is the arena to do it. We don't shame, we don't mock. I tease my wife.
She doesn't mock.
Those entry-level areas, those are okay. If you don't understand or don't know, that's okay. If you're ignorant, that's another story. So yeah, so 8 o'clock tonight, Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube. We'll be doing Mr. and Mrs. Lumberjack live tonight.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for doing this again. You guys made one rental at a time better. You've covered areas I have no experience in. So thank you very much for coming back every week and just doing the work. I appreciate it.
Happy to do it.
Mm-hmm.